All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 4 of this international finals match between BANCV and Shaft as we spawn into Islands of Ice for the first time here on the main stream. To the north, BANCV spawning in with Ohio, Kremlin, Des Moines, Goliath, Napoli, Stalingrad, Harugamo, and Double Ragnar. What is Shaft bringing to the dance, Stats?
Shaft on the south end, they have double Ohio, double Des Moines and Napoli, a Daring, a Shima, and 2 Ragnar, so a 4 destroyer lineup for Shaft. Henning, we haven't seen this map very much, and this weekend we haven't seen it at all. What is different about this map, and what are the teams going to need to think about?
Yeah, Islands of Ice is a pretty curious map. It's not really popular among top clans. And the main reason is that some of these islands have the reputation of being really unbalanced. One example is gonna be the Four-Line Island, for example, where the south side is like this. On the south side, the island is really flat, so it's locked easily, while the north side is not. So
there's also a lot more sort of open water channels for torpedoes and things like that going north-south. And there's always very interesting destroyer versus destroyer contesting going on in B as well. And with Ragnar now, that's going to get even more interesting because of all the radars. So
speaking of Ragnars
around the middle.
Yeah, speaking of Ragnars and radars, both teams have sort of enveloped the B cap with a variety of Ragnars. All 4 of them basically in this central core in the middle of the map. Blood Legend, Flo, and Zill now getting into a bit of a gunfight. Shriver's Ragnar chiming in. Radars going up all around there. The difference is that Blood Legend has some hard cover if he accelerates a bit. Shaft's destroyers don't really have as much. But nobody really has shots in there just because of the position of the teams.
Yeah, Shriver taking a bit in return.
Actually taking a lot.
Not getting too much on Zill, so actually the destroyer in the open has come off better here. Shriver's actually backed up into Stress Possums right now.
Yeah, and I was saying, and Shriver's down already to half. Blood Legend actually came out better than he did.
We're seeing the Ohio, Des Moines, Goliath, Haru group of BANCV reach the top of the C cap. They are going to be countered by Ohio, Napoli, and Des Moines on the south side for Shaft.
I'm a little surprised. Now, this is something you guys would have seen this map played by some of these teams eventually on EU. On NA, we sometimes see teams that don't go crazy heavy to this side because of how hard it is to kind of move ships from C back into the middle of the board, assuming you ever win the flank.
Yeah, it's something you usually see quite often that A and C both are kind of a stalemate situation. But if it comes to playmaking, I think C is usually the better side because the 10 line is way more isolated to make a play for than, for example, the A line, one line on A.
Yeah, typically A we just see locked down with a cruiser on each island, and then either a destroyer or a cruiser just doing the spotting on the one line, trying to torpedo the cruiser that's sitting on the corner.
Snackman pushing up to this island, the 4-line island that Henning was talking about earlier. Getting a good salvo into Flo's Daring before he kind of ducked behind some cover. A little pinned in by torpedoes, but he should be able to avoid all of those with ease as BANCV picks up both B and C, starts ticking up points.
So Shaft are going to have to react to this. I'm kind of expecting them to transition something over towards A to try and break that stalemate. But it's going to be very difficult for them to dig and lay out from behind that island. We can see the Ohio of Zando moving over slowly. Possum is positioned to transition from B to A if necessary. Or they might try to go back in with the 3 destroyers and put more pressure on Streamer.
Yeah. Speaking of hard things to dig out, Kaitis is Des Moines over here on the 9 or right on the edge of the 9-10 line on this edge of the map. He's going to be equally difficult to dig out when the time comes. He's got a lot of friends backing him up as well.
Yeah, they're trying to smoke the Des Moines, but he is under heavy pressure. He's just being highwood right now, I think.
He's still spotted in there somehow. I think maybe because he fired. Are we looking at detection blue out of the smoke?
No, Kaitis is radaring right now.
Is that? Okay.
That's how they can see him. These torps are really nasty.
Yeah, those Daring. He's actually going to avoid them. Yeah. But wow, that could have been nasty.
Okay, Chatban reaches the island. Kimi will be just behind, but not as healthy.
No, not healthy at all.
Okay, but once Kimi gets to the island, that should be a reasonably safe position with the Ohio.
And there's a gap there, though. And there's Goliath AP coming.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing anything.
He got it through the gap, but he didn't get nearly the hit he wanted. Like, right now, look at Kimi. Kimi's, like, why would you not push Kaitis up and just a single AP salvo wipes him out?
And there's an Ohio there.
Well, that's true, but my point is the Ohio wasn't there a minute ago. Now, they don't need it now. The Kremlin has sealed that deal. Shaft goes down a ship. But Kaitis could have also moved up and had this iceberg on his port side where the Ohio wouldn't have had a shot.
Angelstone pushes down to make sure that Chatban leaves the cap, getting a good 10k volley there into the side of the Napoli. This is going to force Shaft to completely kite away from Charlie. So they're going to have to make something work, and I think they've chosen B. We've got Zando in the Ohio for Shaft pushing up around the backside of Snackman's Kremlin.
Unlike it's actually going down really fast here.
B seems to be the logical choice, but like you said, they're doing a great job farming down Onlai, so I think eventually they're going to be able to pick up A, and they'll be able to rotate some of those ships back into the middle.
Is that going to be a Shimatorp? Oh, no, just going past the back end.
No, all good. Yeah, Onlai's going to go out here. He's burning, hand it out in seconds, and there he goes. So Shaft gets back a kill as B is now contested. 170-point lead for BANCV and slowly growing on the strength of that C cap.
So Shaft needs to make sure they consolidate this A cap. They're definitely going to cap it. There is nothing right now that threatens A, but obviously the Ragnars for BANCV could come over. I'm wondering whether the Kremlin, Snackman's Kremlin, will swap with the Ragnar or something. No, okay, Zando's going to go around. Zando's going to go around in Ohio.
Zando's pushing. Snackman's got his stern turret back there. He had started to move up, but kind of pulled the brake again. Zando blows his front turrets.
Yeah, Zando shooting the snowbank on the corner there.
Yeah. Snackman, unfortunately, Snackman doesn't miss. Puts his into the bow. If you're Snackman, do you take a ram here?
The problem is this is going to be a very slow ram, so it's just going to die without killing the Ohio.
And that's the trick, right? Is that rams in this position don't necessarily work all that well. The mechanics of them get very difficult to predict what'll happen.
Yeah, in a slow speed ram, typically one of the ships will go down and the other one takes very little damage. But like which way it goes is kind of unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Snackman's going to go for this.
He's not. He's turning his engines on. He's getting back forward again. He pushed far enough, just long enough to push Zando back, and now he's moving forward again.
Zando does get a little shot into the flat part of the back end of the Kremlin there.
Yep, full pins in the stern.
Stress Possum pushing up to the cap to make sure they get the cap. Yep, there we go. Snackman will go down to just general focus fire.
Indeed. Going out here in seconds. Gets a heal off, but it just delays the inevitable as there it goes.
Okay, so taking a step back here and looking at the whole map, we've got two caps in Shaft's possession. Map control. Henning, who would you say has got better map control right now? I would say Shaft.
Yeah,
a little bit. However, BANCV still has really healthy ships over at the 9 line that can come back into the middle and contest that for sure.
I'm just looking at Zando's Ohio getting peppered here, down to 14k.
The question is he gonna die? If he doesn't die, this is big. If he does die, then Shaft is in trouble.
Shaft on a ship lead now, on a cap lead. They are closing the gap now, down to about 80 points here as we approach the halfway mark of the game.
They actually get the Ohio with blind fire.
Gets the blind. I'm not sure if they were fired when he was spotted, but it gets a cross shot.
Wow, well done. That's a big kill for BANCV to finally secure that battleship and get it off the board.
BANCV actually has a big points lead that Shaft actually needs to regain first.
Yeah. Shaft could use a kill here and
look at
not
Bert.
like the...
Birds in this Ohio is also almost dead already.
Well, he's been getting farmed pretty mercilessly by the Des Moines and the Goliath, I'm sure.
Yeah, Vert is not able to go unspotted here. The Harrow is just simply too close.
They are sending the
heal.
Ragnar over to intercept him.
They
Got
may
a
be
fairly
able
healthy Ragnar. There's the radar from Zill going up. They don't find Vile. They don't realize quite how far to the east he really is.
So Vert
Radar's still ticking.
Vert's run DCP. If a fire gets set, that's probably going to be the end for Vert. No fire so far.
The other thing you have to believe is that Shaft knows how low those two Ragnars are. If they can secure one of those kills, that's big points.
I like the play at bay, by the way. Snake turned around and is going for probably a rush on the Des Moines.
He should, yeah, and they're gonna. Well, Shaft. I mean, Vert gets to another heal. Still hanging around, not dead yet.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about the Ohio. It can do that.
There we go.
Yeah,
The
no.
Goliath shells seal the deal.
No. Okay, let's pay attention to Sneaky Snake's rush here on the Des Moines. Hopefully we can do that for you with the camera. Kamikaze's backing up in anticipation of this rush. Shimakaze coming up to counter Sneaky Snake's push.
I see. They're pushing him back as
Yep.
Angel comes in with shots that all miss. They can't see Kamikazes just yet.
But it's going to end badly for Snake.
You think so?
The Shimmer is a problem.
True. Here come the
no
torpedoes
friendly fire.
right down the port side of Kami.
Yep. No friendly fire. There's no risk to Kamikazes.
He's turning
He's
right
only
in.
taking one.
He's only going to take one. I think he's just going to go for the ram. He is.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a torpedo drive-by, and it's had to
No,
turn
he
into
can't get
not
the
even a
ram. He can't even get the ram. The secondaries prevent it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
sorry,
third
the
set,
island
right?
prevents it.
Oh no!
Is he
Oh
gonna
my
be?
god!
Oh, Angel does get the shot in.
I mean, that was kind of inevitable.
He's
But
gonna take two of these. That's,
He survives.
He manages to survive it somehow.
He took them both on the bow. The situation
Took them
saved them.
both on the bow. He's flooding and healing. No, just flooding. Sorry, I thought he was healing. Heal must have ticked out.
okay, Sneaky Snake should be able to survive that, hopefully.
I'm not convinced that
there's a
flood
fire
might
as
do
well.
him in.
I didn't see the fire as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's burning and flooding. I think he's going to go out here. So it's
He
a question.
find the Shimmer with his plane.
He does get a brief look at Exodus, get some SAP secondaries on him, but Sneaky is going out.
He found damage gun.
No! He found a way to live on 300 HP, and then
Exodus
come the
is
main
good.
battery guns.
And now look at
So
the
Exodus-
Ragnars.
Exodus is now spotted in front of two Ragnars, but the lower health one is killable by the Shima. But I suspect Exodus will want to go unspotted.
I mean,
4 kills
it's not
apiece.
favoring Shaft here.
Only 20 points between these two teams, and Shaft is closing that gap with 6 minutes to play.
They're gonna lose A though.
They are. They're going to lose A because they can no longer defend it. Blood
Let's
Legend's
spot
gonna
him in
go
the
right
middle of the
there.
map, down to 100 HP, dying as well.
Yep. Stressed is out. BANCV picks up another big kill. They're standing on A. They're going to be able to bag that as well. All they've got left on the board is a beat-up Shimakaze, a Ragnar.
I don't think the
Chat
Shimmer
fans
can
now.
run. Yeah, he's spotted now.
I don't think he can. He's run up against the map edge, and between the radar and everything, I think they're going to get him. Yep, there he goes.
That's 800 points for BANCV with that kill.
Yeah,
They
they
will
didn't
get
need to
a
dodge
body
these stops though.
Legend can't afford to take one of these. One is all it'll take to put him into the bottom. I think he's got a gap. He does. He's found it. He's good to go.
In order
Up 2
to win
ships,
this-
up a cap. Go
In
ahead.
order to win this game, Zill needs to actually just kill both Ragnars, and I don't think he can do it.
I don't see it.
Like, Blood Legend has more HP than him to begin with, and he needs to get 2 of them.
If
5 minutes to
Napoli
play.
can support, maybe, but Angel Stone's
Napoli-
lurking there in the background.
And Napoli has its own
Storms are
problems.
coming.
I'm not convinced this Napoli's going to be alive to support. Chatban's played a
No.
great game, but I think he's about to take one of these right in the stern, and he is.
Yep. And of course, Kaitis and Vile are not going to leave him alone. The two
Nope.
Ragnars are joining in as well.
But Kaitis doesn't have to fear anything.
Napoli's going to go down here in seconds. Just a couple of more shells is all it'll take. A fire now burning. And there he goes. And just like that, 930 points.
I think we have our
looks-
champions.
Yep, I think BANCV's got this one in the bag, kids. Zill's going to
Zill
go out here
stuck
as
in the
well,
middle
and
of
when he
everything.
does, that's the game. There it is.
990,
BANCV.
a couple more ticks.
Oh, they got he gets driver.
Okay.
I
Okay.
had just about started my end of game spiel, but
Yep.
nope.
Nope. So now Flo just needs to go around and kill everything for
No
a
problem.
sharp win.
Her Majesty's Royal Navy has got this, ladies and gentlemen.
He is smoking up. He is not giving up
Shaft
yet.
they're
No.
not giving up.
He's not giving up. Good for him. But
Torps
the
out
tick
towards
point
Angelstone. None of those. will
Angel's not going to
connect.
take a single torp. That feels bad.
Yeah, Angelstone, I'm sure, is waiting for that blind shot. Just going to target the muzzle flash. Here it comes.
Here it is. Misses. Now he's
Spotted.
lit.
Front turrets.
996. Couple
But there's
more
also
ticks here.
secondaries.
And there
Flo
it is.
survives.
Flo survives. But BANCV is your King of the Sea 13 International Grand Champion, going home with that big cash prize, $17,500. And it's not like Shaft is going home empty-handed either. They get a nice cash prize as well for their second place showing. Congratulations to both teams.
Well, I was really hoping the EU would win this match, and they did.
Yeah, who knew, right?
Congratulations to EU. Fantastic game from both teams. Fantastic game from all the teams. So we'll come back on camera in a second and talk to you guys. But just a big thank you to all the teams who took part. We really enjoyed that. And thank you to Henning for the support.
Definitely.
And we'll pass it back to Prague and we'll see you in a second.